feelings from meltdown to mastery. How to calm anger. We're going to talk about that. Soothe overwhelm. I'm reading my notes, so bear with me. And build emotional superpowers at any age. Because joy is not the absence of feelings, but it's learning how to move through those feelings without losing yourself. This is the channel of your journey to joyful living. So we relate most of the things to joy, but a lot of people think that joy is like, oh, I'm so happy, da 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 da, toxic positivity. No, no. Having joy means all those feelings that are not joy, like they're more on the negative side, then we process them, we let them go, we feel them, and then we flip it to joy. So let's get started. All right. So what if I told you that your anger is not bad? How about that? Your tears are not weakness. Your nerves before a big moment aren't proof that you're broken. You know what they're proof of? That you're alive. And today we are turning big feelings into emotional superpowers. Welcome to your journey to joyful living, the podcast, or this is the channel where we have all these podcasts where we don't bypass our feelings. We build strength through them. Whether you're 9 or 90, you deserve tools to handle all of this. So today we're talking about what to do when you feel angry, how to calm down when you're overwhelmed, why crying is biologically brilliant. Crying is good. How to handle nerves before tests, games, performances. And I'm going to teach you my 30-second nervous system reset. We do research here, but this is my 30-second nervous system reset. I'm going to teach it later on. So stay tuned, stay with me, and teach, says Jose. I am a teacher at heart. But Jose, it's not like I am putting myself above anybody. I'm just here to show you the research that I've done and to tell you my experience as you as well. You tell me your experiences. I want to know because this is a community where we all help each other. So joy, okay, so this is the channel of your journey to joyful living, and joy is not fake positivity. There's a lot of talk about fake positivity. Joy is not fake positivity. Joy is emotional regulation. And I'm going to show you why. So stay with me. All right. So I divide all my chat with Grace and all my podcasts into segments. And Jose says, I know you share because you care. Yes, of course I do. I absolutely care. And you care too, Jose, because you do make yourself vulnerable and you're funny when you do it. So let's keep going. Welcome to Chat with Grace. Today we are talking about handling big feelings from meltdown to mastery. So let's start with segment number 1. What's actually happening in the brain? The science of big feelings. So what happens when we're having a big feeling? What happens in our brain? So when you get angry, your amygdala lights up like a Christmas tree. The amygdala is your brain's alarm system, basically, right? So when you have like anger, and I kind of feel it. When you have anger and sadness or any kind of feeling, you feel like your body changes, right? It's probably related to the amygdala. I'm no doctor, but I think that's probably what it is. It's like when somebody gives me the creeps, I almost feel like an alarm, literally, like ding, 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 ding. Do you guys have that? Let me know in the comments, because I always had that kind of like weird alarm system, but I don't know. So Dr. Daniel Goleman, who specializes in emotional intelligence, calls this an amygdala hijack. So when that happens, okay, when you get angry and your amygdala lights up like a Christmas tree, heart rate increases, stress hormones flood your body, the cortisol hormones, right? Those are not good. thinking brain, the prefrontal frontal cortex goes offline. So the prefrontal cortex is the part of the brain that helps you make smart decisions. So when you get angry, that part of your brain shuts down. That's why we do stupid things when we get angry, right? Or we say stupid things. And then I didn't mean that. Well, you probably did, right? I don't say that anymore. It's like if I'm angry and I say something, it's like, oops, sorry. You can pick up the vibe. Yes. Yeah, right, Jose? You can pick up the vibe and you feel like I have that alarm system in my head. It's really weird. Hi, Evan. Good to see you. I love it. All my favorite people are here. Welcome to Chat with Grace, where we talk about today handling big feelings from meltdown to mastery. And I do back up everything with science. I'm sorry. I moved to Spain and like the allergies are different here. So I get like, and people smoke, you guys. Everybody smokes here in Spain. Like you're outside eating and everybody, I had a table of like 80 somethings. I'm not kidding. They were all like older than me and they probably never had cancer or anything. I did. I don't smoke. They smoke like chimneys. They were all smoking. I was absorbing all that smoke and now I'm coughing. Anyway, Evan says, well, hello, my dear. It's your Dr. Martin from the USA. Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday to you. Well, happy Wednesday to you, Evan. It's so good to see you. You're always welcome to my lives. And so we're talking about the amygdala hijack. Like when you're angry, your amygdala shuts down, right? And so your heart rate increases, the stress hormones flood your body, and your thinking brain stops thinking. It's like, bye. So you're not being dramatic when you're angry. It's actually a biochemical reaction, which is really interesting. Now, don't be like, the devil made me do it, right? We need to learn how to control our anger. You know, like if I'm angry, I remember one time I was angry at my roommate because he was being really rude to me and we were in the kitchen and I was like, you need to stop talking to me like that because I'm really getting angry. And I said it like that. And he just kept going. I said, I am going to my room and I'm going to lock my room because I am angry and I don't feel safe with you. And I wasn't being dramatic. It was a biochemical because I could feel like if I got angry, I would say and do things that were not very good, civilized, right? So I kind of took control of that part of the anger that I was feeling. And it was pretty strong because he was being really rude. And I wanted to say some stuff, but I didn't. So, personal question, says Vic. Hi, sweetheart. Because you seem pretty wise. The first love of your life, how did you get over them? Ooh, why do you still remember them? Have you ever loved the same way ever again? Very interesting. And that does tie to big feelings, right? So, the first love of my life. Okay, so it was my first love. I know who it is, and it was many years ago, and we lasted very long. How did I get over them? Well, a lot of things happened, and I don't know if you ever get over your first love. I think that you just have to move on and understand that you can't be, this is from my personal experience, right? That you can't be like digging into the past, like what if or why, and I do that. We all do that, right? And have I ever loved the same way again? No, not the same way, differently, for sure. But yeah, you can love after the first love. Every love is different, right? And that's the kind of like the fun of life. So we learn how to kind of move on and love in a different way. So yeah, no, of course you're able to love. But the last person I was with broke up about 14 years ago. And yeah, I don't think I ever trusted love again. But it happens, and that's okay. I'm totally okay with that because I'd rather have my peace than experience something like I did with this person. Not fun. Jose says some women are gifted with that stare that will convey that anger. Like, right? Yeah, no. We don't have to say anything. You're right, Jose. Yeah. Are you okay? Yes, I am. No, we're not. You know it. You got it down, Jose. Sham Award says, you look like Felix from Stray Kids. Sure. Search him up. What the? This is fun. Okay, we're going to take a break from the serious talk. Okay, let's see. Let's see if that's from Stray Kids. And it's probably like an insult, or maybe not. Maybe I do look like that. Let me see. Oh, no, it's not an insult. Okay, no, I do? What? It's probably the vibe. I don't think I look like she or they. I don't know. Is it a woman, male, or is it non-binary? Is this person non-binary? So anyway, yeah, no, beautiful. So thank you. Because a lot of people come here sometimes and they try to insult you, but you did not. And I appreciate that. So please stay. You're so welcome here anytime. Oh, search him up. Okay, so it's a guy. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, I see it. I see it. It's a guy. It's a dude. Okay, so yeah, I'm so flattered. Thank you for saying that. Very, very flattered. Okay. Vic says, that's me as well. I've never loved another human being ever again, even though I'm the one who broke up 5 years ago as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I broke up with my first love too. But, I don't think, even if you break up with someone, you still, you can't just cut your feelings out unless you're a sociopath, which, okay, more power to you if you're a sociopath, right? But since we're not sociopaths, then yes, you're going to have feelings for that person and they're going to linger. They're going to stay there. Absolutely. So I hope that answered your question. And thank you for asking. Thank you. Any questions are welcomed. I keep talking about the topic of big feelings from, being messed up to mastering them, right? So scientific backup here, more scientific backup of what happens when you have big feelings. Harvard Health says stress activates fight or flight system. And Dr. Bruce Perry says emotional regulation is a learned skill. That's right. Remember, like when I got angry at my roommate, like I was telling you, and I learned not to let anger take over because I know it's not good. You don't want to see me angry. I really don't get angry unless somebody's really disrespecting me big time or hurting somebody else that I love, or hurting a child or hurting an older person or hurting anybody. I do get mad. Dr. Bruce Perry says emotional regulation is a learned skill, like we said. UCLA research says naming emotions reduces amygdala activation. Very good. And that's what I did when I said, I am getting angry. So I kind of announced it. And so I think that I was intuitively doing something that UCLA research says naming emotions reduces amygdala activation. Right? So your brain isn't broken. It's trying to protect you. I think the brain is our computer and it manages everything, because from the brain, I have actually an episode on Quantum AF about the octopus brain, because if you take out the brain with the nerves that come out of it and the spine and all that, because the brain is connected to the spine and the nerves go all to the spine, right? And so it's like it controls everything, you guys, everything. All right, let me read some more comments. Let's see. Vic says you did answer very well, already subscribed, and everything you deserve it. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing, and I hope that this channel brings you joy and wisdom and all the good stuff. Happy Ramadan, Muslim girl. Happy Ramadan, Muslim girl. Okay. You fasting today? No, baby, I don't fast. I don't fast, I know. I tried to do it and my blood sugar just doesn't cooperate. Yeah, oops. So are you fasting? Tell me, is it hard to fast for you or is it easy? Because, if you're motivated by your faith, I'm sure it's easier to fast. I wasn't motivated at all by anything to fast, and I tried. Didn't work. So your brain, okay, so we're talking about your brain is trying to protect you, right? So on your journey to joyful living, understanding the brain is empowerment. So go ahead and go to Quantum AF, the podcast, and look up "The Brain is an Octopus" or something like that. It's called the episode is called. All right. So segment number 2: what to do when you feel angry. Okay, so I already told you what I did, but let's see what my research says we should do. Vic says, you made me very happy seeing you thrive and smile, even going through similar things as me. I will try harder. I hope you have a great life, dear. Oh, you are so kind. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful life also, and a wonderful week and a wonderful day. I just wish you all the best and sending you lots of love. Thank you for your kindness. It means a lot to me. Thank you. So we are talking about what to do when you feel angry. Because tell me, guys, I want to know in the comments if you can tell me, what do you do when you feel angry? Hi, David. Good to see you. All my favorite people are here today. So, what do you guys do when you're angry? We're talking, by the way, David, about um, handling big feelings, how to go from like meltdown to mastery for the big feelings. So, we have a fan story. Oh, this is good. Let's see how this person handles. Um, Grace, my 12-year-old son punches walls when he loses at soccer. Ooh, okay. Well, that's good actually, because if you release the anger, you know what I mean? You have to. I'm a big advocate of don't suppress your feelings. Let them come out, let them flow, and then at some point, flip them, right? That's what I do. If I'm angry, like today, I'm telling you today what happened. My Amazon delivery here in Spain, they left it with the concierge, right, in my building, but the concierge wasn't around, and I saw the picture where they left it, and they left it outside, so I don't think the concierge was there. So I had no idea where they left them. So I went for a walk because I was mad, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna look at the sea. I have beautiful sea views in my neighborhood. And so I just walked, sat on a bench, and like an old lady, sat on a bench. I love looking at the ocean, or in this case, the sea, because it's a sea, it's not an ocean. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna let this silliness, right? Because there's a solution to everything. I'm not gonna let it bother me and ruin my day and make me angry. I was angry. I'm not gonna lie. And so I walked, and by walking, the anger kind of dissipated, and I got to be able to think more rationally instead of being, kind of mad. And when I came back, this is how the universe works, right? Because I released the anger. I was grateful for the views that I was seeing at that moment, and I was grateful that I'm able to walk, and see this beautiful neighborhood with the sea views. It's absolutely incredible. And when I came back to my place, the concierge, who also works as a waiter in the restaurant downstairs, happened to be walking towards me. And I was like, hey, Jose, which happens to be my grandfather's name and my dear friend Jose's name. I was like, hi, Jose. He's from Brazil, right? I'm from Argentina. So we're like cousins, right? And so he was like, what do you need? I'm like, I had an Amazon delivery. I can't place it. I don't know where it is. They took a picture of where they left it. I don't know where that is. And he was like, hold on. And he came out and he brought me my package. I think because I let my anger go away and just let it flow. I think that miracle happened because he's not the concierge here all the time. Like there's a few concierges, like there's two or three. So he was in. Sometimes they're not downstairs. So just happened to see him coming. I mean, it was just crazy. So that's my experience, not just on a biological, biochemical level, but also on a spiritual level. How when we release all those negative feelings and raise our vibration to that of joy and peace, we attract that, right? All right. So, oh, good, good, good. Okay. Extra says, did you listen to Extraordinary Heroes? I didn't have a chance, my love. I've been so busy. Let me, you know what I'm gonna write it on my little appointment book. I just did, and I'm gonna listen to them for you. Let's see. Vic says, when I'm angry, I just take it out on my guitar and play music. Beautiful. Issue is sometimes I don't have the outlet and I'll burst, especially since I'm in a very controlling, manipulative, narcissistic family. Yes. Oh my goodness. That is rough. Because that just makes the anger 10,000 times worse, right? It's just the whole vibe. I get it. But I love that music is what helps you. That's a beautiful thing. And see, that's what I love about these lives. You guys, we all teach each other, right? We all share our experiences, and you might be giving somebody an idea. Well, maybe I should do this when I'm angry. So the anger kind of dissipates, right? With the music, you feel like by doing something, right, Vic? Like that movement, I think, kind of releases that anger, I feel. So Jose says, Hugh, I thought you were going to say you looked at the sea and saw the package floating away. No, I would have been crying then. It would have switched from anger to peace to sadness. Yeah, no. Oh, you're welcome, X Rocks. David says, don't get angry often. On the rare occasion that I do, the best thing for me is to walk away before I say or do something. Same. I would regret later being alone so I don't hurt anyone's feelings. It's rare. I get it. I was telling the story, David, how my ex roommate, who was a friend of mine, he's not a friend anymore, but he was a friend, and he was being very disrespectful. Granted, he had alcohol in his system, but that's not an excuse. And I announced, like, I'm getting angry. Stop being disrespectful. I am really getting angry. And at some point, I said, he continued to be disrespectful. So I said, I am going to leave. I'm going to go to my room and lock the door before I get really angry. So I just exited the scene. Yeah. Let's see. Vic says, yeah, exactly. I'm highly energetic, so it really helps. Yeah, exactly. Especially, yeah, when you're highly energetic, it's just the anger, like those intense feelings, like they're really, really strong. I think walking for me is really good. Dancing is good. Anything that where my body is moving, my whole body is really good. Because I used to be a competitive swimmer, and I did triathlons also, and I used to do Krav Maga, and so I've always been very athletic, and so I think that that's the way that I kind of like take my anger out or take the negative feelings out by swimming, especially being in a pool. The water does something to me, or being like I'm by the sea, the Mediterranean Sea, and just looking at the water, being by the water. The negative ions are amazing. So for me, it's water and movement. Like my whole body needs to move. For you, it's obviously your hands, your fingers. So there's a lot of energy, going through hands. That's why people heal with their hands. So that makes a lot of sense. Okay. So another fan says, I yell at my partner and then feel ashamed. Yeah. And we've all done that, right? I mean, who hasn't? And especially when I was with my narcissistic, abusive ex. Oof. But I learned from that experience that if you get angry, especially with a narcissist, you make it worse, because then they act like the victim, and they provoked you. They got you there on purpose. So I'm sure you can relate to that, Vic, because you were saying about the narcissistic family. Yes. I am so happy that I live by myself. I don't have to deal with any BS. I dealt with so much BS. I am just like freeing myself from it. Also, shocker to you, Grace, exercise. I posted a pic on X where I have a heavy bag and can punch because I would never hit a person. Yeah, exactly. Exercise, like physical movement. I think there has to be a biochemical thing that it releases, and I'm sure it's on my notes. It releases that anger, that energy. Yeah, totally. I'm with you. When I was doing Krav Maga, same thing. I would sometimes imagine somebody I was mad at and just punch the heck out of it. But anyway, you guys, everybody smokes here, so I have like secondhand smoking. That's why I'm coughing. I hate it. In Spain, everybody smokes. Again, everybody smokes, and they're like, they eat all kinds of bad stuff, and they're like skinny and alive in their 80s and 90s. It's like, how do you do that, Spanish people? Please give us the secret. Anyway, I'm not a violent person. Yeah, no, I know. I don't want to hurt anybody either. I never hit anybody. Well, my brother and I, we had a couple of fights when we were kids, but other than that, when I was a kid, no, yeah, I don't want to hit anybody. No, 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 no. But if you take it out on like a punching bag, that's amazing, right? Much better. So anger is usually, what anger is hurt, right? Fear, embarrassment, and feeling powerless. Today for me, and let me know which one of those four usually triggers you: hurt, fear, embarrassment, or feeling powerless. Today, with the package that I didn't know what it was, the Amazon package, I was feeling powerless because I'm like, I moved all the way across the ocean from the US to Spain like 2.5 months ago. I'm by myself here. I have some kind of support system already, but like I feel like very unprotected in a way. And so yeah, I felt powerless, and that's why I was mad. I'm like, oh, like, oh, that's anyway, that's my emotional sound when I get powerlessly angry. So, yes, you're my personal trainer. I listen to you when I exercise. Oh my God, that is so cool. I love that. That is awesome. Thank you, David, for saying that. I love it. I'm so happy that, whatever silliness I say here, that's awesome. I love it. Okay, so more scientific backup because Mama brings you the science. Okay, it's not gonna be just blah blah blah. Wait, I'm gonna back it up, baby. All right, so Dr. Mark Brackett at the Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence says that anger is a secondary emotion, right? Because it stems from hurt, fear, embarrassment, or feeling powerless. It's a secondary emotion. And I always thought that fear was the one that caused anger, that triggered anger. But yeah, hurt, embarrassment, and feeling powerless too. Very interesting. I love doing research for you guys and discussing it with you and sharing our experiences here. So, okay, so I'm going to give you a practical tool. It's called the pause method, Pause. So P for pause your body. So if you want to attack, pause your body, right? A of pause, the A in pause is acknowledge the feeling. Absolutely. Okay, I am angry. Okay, I am sad, or whatever the feeling is. Let's keep with the anger, right? So I'm mad. Then U is for understand the trigger. Okay, why am I mad? Because I'm hurt, I'm afraid, I'm embarrassed, or I feel powerless. And S for slow your breathing. I always breathe in deep and I talk to myself. I know I make myself vulnerable here, but I was like, when I was walking, I was breathing just to calm myself down. And then I was like, it's okay, Grace. I talk to myself in the, like I'm there talking to myself. I know, please don't call the loony bin. I'm like, okay, Grace, you're okay. Everything always works out. You feel powerless because there's nothing you can do. You don't know what the boxes are. Amazon sucks for customer service in Spain. It's not very good. And it's going to be okay. It's all going to work out, right? So understand the trigger, slow your breathing, and E for express safely. So you can talk to yourself. I think that's see, I kind of do intuitive. We all do intuitively all these things, right? So I express safely, like, okay, I'm mad because of this, but I'm gonna just talk to yourself. That's one way. How do you express yourself safely when you're mad? What is your pause? Pause your body, acknowledge the feeling, understand the trigger, slow your breathing, and express safely. How do you express safely? Uh, David says, I admit to getting a tiny bit of road rage when people don't use their turn signal or run red lights. It's common sense. I know. When people don't use their common sense, sometimes I don't use my common sense. So this is what I do. I'm like, okay, I know this person is getting on my nerves on the road. I'm not driving here, by the way, which is great. But this person is getting on my nerves, right? But I don't know what's going on in their lives. I don't know why they're doing this. Maybe they're distracted. Maybe they just got bad news or whatever. And I'm like, always look at myself. I'm like, I've done that before myself. So who am I to judge, this other person or get mad at this other person? And I've done the same thing, right? That's what I do. How do you deal with it, David? Like you know, how do you convince yourself, like, okay, chill out? Because that's what I'm like, okay, girl, chill out. You're gonna be fine, okay? Um, so here are some safe expression ideas. How you express safely. Punch a pillow, journal, if you are a writer, walk, which, hello, that's what I do. Cold water on wrists. I didn't know that. I'm sure there's some kind of scientific backup, but I did not research that. Sorry. If you need to scream into a pillow, honey, do it. Just don't live stream it, okay? Or maybe do. Maybe, why not? Yeah, maybe we can all scream into a pillow with the situation in the world right now. Oh my God. Let's see. Um, Jose. Okay, I'm trying to go by order with the comments. I think talking to yourself makes your brain feel relieved that you're letting the thoughts out of its confines. Yes, you're being real. You're like almost like writing a report, right? When you're expressing what's happening, what's triggering, and it helps you also understand. It releases the demons and it helps you understand why. I love that, Jose. Thank you for that. That's beautiful. Okay, so now we're gonna go to segment número tres. But before we do that, I have some chat with Grace questions that I always ask, and I always answer them first because I know there's a delay on the, let me see, where it is it? Okay, there's always a delay on the live stream, like a few seconds. So let's see. Okay. All right, let me see. Here it is. Okay. Ooh, this is good. All right. What do you do if someone is being mean? I just tell them. If someone is mean to me, I'm like, that was nasty. That was mean. And you know what? I don't have to, if they continue, I'll be like, I gotta go. I'm going. How about you? How do you guys react to it? Let me see. Let me tell me in the comments. Let's see. Jose says, scream into a pillow, just not the one at the store that you haven't bought yet at the checkout counter. Yes. Manhunt, in no way she's covering that massive forehead with a beanie. Yes. And you know what they say with people with massive foreheads? That they have more brain and they're really smart. Thank you. I love how you thought that was an insult, but you actually complimented me. Yeah, was that mean? Yeah, it's mean, but it didn't affect me because I don't care. Because I don't know. I don't know who you are. I don't care what you think of me. If Jose would have said it, I'd been like, because he's a friend, or David, I'd be like, dude, they probably, and they would never say that. You know why? Because they're nice people. But anyway, she got me. Yeah, I got you, baby. I got you. I know. Yeah. Anything can be turned into a positive. That's part of the journey to joyful living. You know that, right? I learned how to turn positives from insults with stand-up comedy. It really taught me. You don't care who I am? Well, we didn't start off on the right foot, did we? Right? So let's start over. Okay. No, honey, I don't think you're a nobody. I think you just said something to provoke me and it didn't work. So tell me about yourself. Where are you joining us from and why are you here? How about that? Let's start over. Let's flip it, right? We apply the flip it. Um, you look like an older version of Alanis Morissette. I think, let's see, how old is she now? Yeah, interesting. Maybe it's the beanie, right? That gives me like a vibe. Oh no, honey, no, I'm not older than her. So, but thank you. I appreciate it. She's amazing. She's an amazing artist, and she's beautiful. Let's see. So David says, if they're being mean to me verbally, I just take it. You never know what someone is going through. That's true. But if they're being mean to others, I will step in. I don't take things personal. Okay, I see it. I kind of like, I try to turn whatever they say into a positive. However, sometimes if they're really like outright mean, I just like take them out of the live or I don't engage. You know what I mean? So Manhab says, I'm from Africa. Nice, nice. What part of Africa, honey? What about you? I'm originally from Argentina and I moved to the US and now I'm living in Spain. Nathan says, I had a psychosis when I was 19. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. And that was due to sexually being abused by my first father. Oh my goodness, babe, I'm so sorry. That is horrible, horrible. I am so sorry. Of course, you're gonna have a psychotic break. I mean, that is a lot. That is a lot, my love. I'm so sorry, and I'm sending you much love. Okay, abuse is just. I don't know why humans do that to other humans. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I really don't. But I don't know. And you know, with all the e-files that are coming out and everything, and it's just I can't even read them anymore. I mean, I can't even like look at them anymore. Just I don't want to know anymore. It's just I I'm so sorry, sweetheart. So sorry. All right. So let's see. Let me do another question because we're not gonna be just one question. This is fun. What's your favorite thing to do with friends? I love to go out, maybe to a restaurant and just have fun with them and laugh if they're fun. That's my favorite thing to do, to hang out. Yeah, pretty much. How about you guys? What's your favorite thing to do with friends? Let me know in the comments. Let me know with the delay and everything. I know I'm killing you. See, I'm not no Alanis Morissette. No. Oh my goodness. You actually gave me a huge compliment. I love it. Okay, segment 3, how to calm down. Okay. Okay, Manhan. My favorite thing to do with my friends is build mud huts and play with sticks and stones. Okay, how old are you, honey? Okay, that sounds fun. Okay. I dig it. Building anything you can build, I admire because I can't build anything. I am not a builder. Terrible at it. Okay, so segment 3, how to calm down when overwhelmed. Ooh, this is good. So overwhelm, nervous system overload. That's what it is. When you're overwhelmed, your nervous system is on overload. So Dr. Stephen Porges, polyvagal theory, and I've mentioned him several times in my life. So when you're overwhelmed, your body shifts into survival mode. That's what it is, into survival mode. That's why, you know, it's like when they say, I say I'm a cancer survivor, I want to say I'm a cancer thriver because survivor, it's like, and you are a cancer survivor because it's overwhelming to go through the experience, but you don't need motivation. You need regulation. You need regulation. Yeah, that's what we need. Regulation, they're talking a lot about nervous system regulation, which I love, but you know how there's like times when there's something everybody talks about. Um, I think that a lot of us have done it for a long time to regulate yourself. And people who are in the spectrum that regulate themselves, stimming or doing certain things. I think I'm in the spectrum. I think I'm AU ADHD, but that's self-diagnosed. I was told I was ADHD, so I am neurodivergent, obviously, because I'm a nerd. But anyway, I'm a nerd, and nerd is like the biggest compliment because if you're a nerd, you're my people. Let's see. Manham says, okay, dang, dude, you're a really nice lady. Thank you. Now you're like, I shouldn't have told her that. But see, it's okay. I love you anyway. It's all good. Let's see. Can I ask this? Were you always this positive even when younger? Also, congrats on beating cancer. Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, okay, so this is a great question. So, were you always this positive even when younger? I was always all about the fun. When I was 12, something physical happened to me, and I'm not going to go into it. And so I had to deal with that. And I was very sad from age 12 to about 16. You know what happened when I was 16? I was so tired of being sad and, oh, why me? Boo hoo. That I was like, listen, I'm just going to have fun with this issue or without it. It doesn't matter. So I decided at 16 that I was going to have fun no matter what. That doesn't mean I'm always like, ha, 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 ha. No, obviously, I cry a lot. I get angry, like I told you guys today. I mean, I'm a human. We're all human, right? But I learned, I think that having that physical issue, I think taught me to not dwell on sadness or anger, all those feelings that just bring you down, but to flip it into joy, to say, forget it, man. I'm just going to have fun no matter what. Right now, for example, I'm stressing about my visa because I applied for the digital nomad visa and they rejected it, which is fine. They always do that in Spain. It's very hard to get from Spain. I applied from Spain. It's very hard to get in, but it's going to happen. But instead of, when I start stressing and I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm like, it's all going to work out. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to let this issue affect my whole life and make it miserable. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a mindset. It's emotional regulation. Let's see. So I hope that answered your question, my love. David says, I have literally calmed down is dive head first into one of my swimming pools, still in work clothes, just to hit the cold water. It works. Yes. The water, I was saying earlier, I think you weren't here yet. It is amazing. The water, there's something about the water that takes away all the negative feelings. And even being by the sea right now, by the Mediterranean Sea, it's like my mood has changed completely. It's just something about the water, David. So I agree. The water is the best. Yes, yes, Mantham. Yes, life is too short to not keep having fun. Yes, that's it. That's very wise, and that's facts. Hi, Michael. How are you doing, sweetheart? I miss you. You remember me? My name is Amelia. Yes, Amelia. I love when all the girls come with names like they're on their dad's accounts and they come with names there, guys. And I'm like, what is it? Yes, I remember you, Amelia. How are you, my love? I hope you're doing great. Tell me if you have any stories about when you're angry, what do you do? How do you calm your anger? We were talking about regulating your anger and calming it down by punching a pillow, sometimes even screaming. A lot of people like here have said, like they play guitar. David has said, he dives in the water. I walk. How do you handle anger? Let me know, Amelia. All right, my loves. I tell my mom. I love that. Yes. I miss my mom. My mom passed away and I miss her because I would do the same thing, Amelia. I would be mad at something and I'll be like, Mom, you have no idea what happened. I would call her and she would be on my side, and it was so amazing. That said, anger and revenge is a great motivator. Just gotta channel it right. That's amazing. Yes, so true. You have to be a Scorpio saying that. I'm telling you. Let me know if you're a Scorpio or not, if you have something in Scorpio. Coffee Black says, hey girl, please turn off that gigantic head filter. You know what they say? I was saying it earlier. Big head, big brain, sweetie. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love it. Yeah, the gigantic head. You know what? I'm looking at it. It's not that gigantic. It actually matches my body because I am gigantic. I am gigantic and proud of being gigantic. I'm tall. Yeah. And I'm strong. So, yeah, I love it. Anyway, all right. So I asked those questions. I love the answers and I love your feedback, you guys. You're amazing. Let's see. So, okay, so I'm going to teach you something that's really cool. And it's called the 30-second breathing reset. Okay. And it's inhaled for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 6, and repeat that 5 times. So inhale for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. Always exhale more than inhale for anything you do. As a swimmer, that's what I always teach. And a swimming teacher, that's what I always teach my students. Breathe in a little bit and blow out. And I'll explain another day why, because this is not the life to go on a sidebar like that, even though my ADHD wants to. Oof, Amazon woman, my weakness. I'm not that tall, but oh, thank you, Amelia. You look so nice. I love your hair. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This is my natural hair because you know, you guys, I wear wigs for my characters. And sometimes when my hair is not looking great, I wear a wig. I admit it, like a wig, the same color of my hair. And it works. So, all right, my loves. Let's see. So let me finish with this emotional regulation. So the longer exhale, by the way, activates parasympathetic nervous system, which lowers cortisol, which is the stress hormone. I didn't know that. See, I did some research, but I always told my students to do that. And I've always done it. So inhale less than you exhale. All right. You can't think clearly when your nervous system is screaming, right? It's like, you can't, it's noise, right? And so, yeah, so the breathing is really good to regulate your system, your nervous system. That's like one of the best. Manpam says that's extra sweet because that's a little girl complimenting you. So she means it and it's not weird. Or yes, she looks up to you. You go, girl. Oh, thank you. I love having kids here and I keep it super kid friendly. And yes, the girls are the sweetest. The girls that come to this live are the sweetest. Everybody is amazing. And if somebody gets like really weird, you know what we do? Bye. I put them on like timeout. You're a teacher, yes or no? Yes, honey, I am. I actually tutor kids in Spanish online, and I used to be a teacher when I was younger. And then the last time I taught at a school was 2020 during the pandemic. And we started in the school and then we did it online. You know, I taught online. But yes, and I also taught swimming for a long time. So I am used to working with children, and anybody messes with a kid, they're as far as I'm concerned. I remember one time, when I was teaching at that school in 2020, one of the little girls was so funny. She was like 9. And so we were like going on a field trip, and the kids, I had like 10 kids in my care, and the kids were like trying to get away. I was like, no. And I screamed like, come back. And they were like, why are you yelling at us? I'm like, I'm not yelling. I want you guys to be safe. And so one of the kids asked, Teacher Grace, what would you do if somebody hurt us? And this little girl goes, Oh, Teacher Grace would unalive them. Like she knew, like you mess with us, Teacher Grace will never forgive you. So yeah, I'm super protective of kids. Oh, David says men look up to you, Grace, too, because you do not judge. Oh, thank you. Thank you. No, yeah, I don't judge. Who am I to judge, right? I mean, I do. I've done stuff that I'm not proud of. We all have. So yeah, why would I judge, right? Sometimes, listen, when I do comedy, yes, of course, you have to judge when you do comedy, but I usually judge myself, to be honest. Um, Manhub says, why did you leave the state school decision, by the way? Yes, well, honey, did you see the situation in the US? I am Latina, I'm a naturalized citizen, and they are grabbing people from the streets, right? I'm not going to say a lot, but they're doing that. And so I was like, you know what? I think I don't feel safe. I really did not feel safe. And so I planned to come here and I applied for my visa here. And if this doesn't work out, there's always other countries. I just wanted to be away from there. I sold all my stuff and including my car. And I moved with 9 bags, 6 big ones and 3 smaller ones. Yeah, I shipped a bunch of them because I was not going to be at the airport, you know, dragging 9 bags. I traveled with 2 small ones and a big one, and that was it. Yeah, that's all I did. So, okay, let's see. Yeah, and Michael, Amelia. Yeah, I don't know what that yes about, but if you agree with me, I'm happy. Much love to you, Amelia. You're the sweetest. Jose says, you've done stuff, then when is that book coming out? And David says, I love all of Grace's books. Thank you. And if you guys want to get my books, go to the stateofgraceshop.com. I have free guides also. You have free stuff you can download. Oh God, I'm not gonna read those things. Oof, that's a brave of you, mate. I don't think I have it in me to up and leave, and I'm a dude in my 20s. You want me to pepper spray you? No, honey, what the heck? That's just silly. Okay, we don't want that. That's just, it's not even funny. If it was funny, I would be like, okay, all right. Let's see. Why does my fart smell like ginger? Can you please tell me? No, baby, I can't tell you. I have no idea why. Talk to your doctor. Talk to your GP. All right. Batty Mama. Oh, thank you, my love. Oh, honey, no, I'm not going to answer that. All right, we're going to delete this message. Remove message. All right. All right. So here we are. Let's see. Maybe cut back on the ginger intake. I love that. Very sensical. Very sensical. Oh, Emmy Nix, hi, it's me. Oh my God, I missed you. I missed you too. David is here, by the way. You need a bouncer, says Jose. Well, maybe, Jose, I'll make you a bouncer. Emmy Nix, hello. David, do you think you will ever come back to the States if things change? David, that's a great question. And I have no idea because I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. I'm like, right now, I just want it for my mental health. I needed to feel safe and free. And I wasn't feeling like that in LA. And so I was like, I gotta go. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what's going to happen next week. I'm still, trying to get my visa and like, I have no idea. And you know what, David? I've never lived like this before and I love it. It's kind of fun. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. It's fun. I don't know. This is a different way of living. And I totally get it to whenever people would tell me about this way of living, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm stressed out hearing about it. Now I'm like, this is fun. And you know what? The beauty of it is like the non-attachment because all my life in the bags are over there. They're all in my 9 bags. My whole life, I figured out how to put my whole life in 9 bags. And it's lovely because it's like, that's not a lot. You don't need a lot. I sold stuff that I was like, why did I buy this? I don't even use it. I don't need it. So it's amazing. Emmy, next, do you remember me? Of course I do. Are you kidding? We had such a great time with you, David. And it was another guy, I can't remember. We had so much fun because you guys were so silly and funny. Oh, life is cool, says you really are gorgeous. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. Much love to you. That is, see, being kind doesn't, it takes just a few words, 4 words. I'm like, kindness right there. And Amy says, not the David drama. David says, she's my people. LOL. This is so fun. And Manthan says, any reason for Spain? And you would consider Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, if things don't work out? Oh, absolutely. I would consider anywhere where I feel safe and free. The reason I picked Spain, 2 reasons. I speak the language because I'm from Argentina, so it's very easy for me to understand. I mean, I don't have an issue with it. And 2 is because the Spanish culture in Spain is very similar to the Argentinian culture because, they kind of like colonized Argentina, right? So, not kind of, they did. So it's very, very easy for me to be here. I feel it's very familiar, very comfortable. Now, I've been thinking about Albania if it doesn't work out because Albania is also very neutral. I know it's kind of like there's like organized crime and everything, but don't say I said that. but but yeah, it's whatever. I would definitely consider Southeast Asia because I heard really good things about it. So yeah, I would totally consider any place that I feel safe. Let's see. Good evening from England. Hi, David. Good evening. You have a beautiful, soulful spirit. Thank you. That is so kind. I appreciate that. Big love to you. Thank you for saying that. Um, you're getting less material and more spiritual. Yes. Oh, yes. Well, it's like the law of non-attachment. The Buddhist practice that. It's amazing. It's like we really don't need that much. As long as I have the stuff that I need, having my food, clothes, the toiletries that I need, and my phones, obviously, and my computer, that nowadays you can't live without that. But I figured, I was buying so much stuff that I didn't use, and I'm not a hoarder or anything. I actually like donated throughout my life a lot of stuff, but like I realized like we collect so much stuff that we think we need. And now, Jose, even when I buy something on Amazon, I put it on my debit card on purpose. So I'm not gonna, like before I had it on my credit card and I would buy stuff that I really didn't need. Now I'm like super careful about what I spend. And I really was spending money for no reason. Stuff that I never used, stuff that I really don't need. Simplifying your life is freeing. That's my experience. David says, David drama, that made me laugh. It's all in fun. Of course it's all in fun, right? We're just having a good time. Hi, David, said hi. Why not go back to Argentina because of the right-wing post POS press? You said it. Yeah. Yeah, because why go from, to another one, right? So yeah, I like Spain a lot. Like I said, because of the language and the culture. And also, you guys, Spain stands for human rights and for peace. And that is something that I am all for. I'm all about human rights, peace, and common sense and empathy. So if a country aligns with these values that I have, then I'm like, I feel right at home, right? Because you're on the same page. So yeah, but yeah, you nailed it, babes. Yeah, you nailed it. Hi, sweetie Ashley. My name is Ashley. Hi, welcome to the live, Ashley. It's great to have you here, my love. Oh, David says, hi, Ashley. Very nice to meet you, friend. Oh, Ashley says, I think you're beautiful. Thank you, my love. Thank you. You're just, see, I love that because people like you say that because you're beautiful, right? It's a mirror. We're all a mirror of each other. So that tells me a lot about you. You're beautiful and you're very kind, and I appreciate that. You're awesome. Oh, I love you too, sweetheart. Where are you from, Ashley? Where are you joining us from? Let me know. Now that I'm in Spain, you guys, I have a lot of Europeans joining my lives, which is amazing because indeed she's beautiful, but not just in looks. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I love how, see how you and I started and now we're like best friends. We're like besties now, man. What is it, man thumb? I love it. I love it. This is so cool. So let me finish. Okay. All right. This is good, you guys. This is so good. Okay. So this is called Name It to Tame It. Dr. Dan Siegel, UCLA, when you label an emotion, I feel frustrated, I feel embarrassed, brain scans show decreased amygdala activity, meaning it literally calms your brain. So you got to name your feeling. When you name it, your brain calms down. How easy is it, right? I love that we have all these tools now to be able to just manage our big emotions. And then Ashley is saying, can I ask you a question? Of course, my love. You can ask any question. David says her inner beauty matches her outer beauty. Oh, thank you, David. You are so kind. I really appreciate you. Big love to you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, okay, let's ask a question because now I'm going to go to segment number 4, which is not very long. And then, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. But I like to, kind of like alternate. So remember that on your journey to joyful living, which is what this channel is about, clarity creates calm. So name your feeling, take deep breaths, exhale more than you inhale. Do it 5 times. Do something to release that emotion, whether it's playing music, walking, going in the pool, punching a bag, whatever it is, do it. Channel it so it doesn't accumulate. You know that like when emotions like that, like anger and sadness and like especially grieving, which has all those emotions, anger, sadness, it's a roller coaster. It can literally affect you physically. It can manifest physically if you don't deal with it. So it's a very healthy thing to deal with it. Let's see. Ashley asked, "Do you have emotional about feelings? Do you mean if I get emotional about feelings, my love? Do you mean that? If I have strong feelings, let me know. You are emotional. Okay. So, yes, I am emotional. I think everybody is emotional. Some people know how to kind of bury their emotions, right? I used to bury them a little bit and deny, like, no, I'm not feeling that way. But as I kept growing, as a human being, I think that now, yes, it's good to be emotional. Just emote. If you're angry, if you're sad, just let it flow and then flip it to joy and peace, right? Like today, you were not here, my love, but my Amazon package was, I moved to a new place and my Amazon package, I couldn't find it. They said they delivered it. And so I was really upset about it because it just upset me because stupid, because it's something, who cares about this package? It's not a big deal in the big scheme of life, right? But I was upset. I'm not going to lie. So I was like, I'm going to go for a walk. And then when I came back, everything worked out and I found the packages, right? And you said, Ashley says, sometimes I feel bossy because I can't help it. You're so cute. You know what? When I was young, how old are you, Ashley? Because I feel like you're a kid. And when I used to, when I was little, I was so bossy. It was insane. I know. But you know what it is? It's not bossy. You have excellent leadership skills. Not many people do that. They don't have them. So that's a positive thing. And as long as we do it with love, being bossy or having leadership skills, you do it with love and kindness, it's okay. Let's see. David says, Back to work I go. Much love, Grace. We'll also finish tonight. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, David. I love you so much. Thank you. Ashley says, how was your weekend? It was really good. I had a chill weekend, and yeah, it was good. Uh, Rainbow Girls, you look like Karen. I don't know who Karen is. But if you are talking about like a white woman that's like calling the manager, first of all, I'm not white. I am Latina. And why do I look like a Karen? I don't know. If you have a friend Karen and I look like her, okay. Hello, Professor. I love that, Professor. So sweet. Ashley's asking me, do you have any pets? I used to have a dog, but now I don't. It's very hard to travel with pets. So I used to do stand up for a very long time and I had to travel. And so I decided not to have pets. At some point I will, because I love pets. They're amazing, especially doggies. Are you a dog or a cat person, Ashley? Let me know. Okay, my loves. So let me finish with the topic. And now, segment 4 is about why it's okay to cry. You guys are going to be in for a treat. Because emotional tears contain stress hormones. Crying releases oxytocin, which is the good hormone. Studies show crying can reduce tension. I survived cancer. I cried a lot, a lot. Not because I was weak, because my body needed to release. That's why I cried. Normalize, I think we should normalize crying for boys and men too. And I love it when men are like, I cry. Yeah, it's amazing to cry. Biologically smart to cry. Oh, Ashley, I used to have a pet. What kind of pet, my love? And first gen dog, poof, I have exams starting from the day after tomorrow, and I ended up watching live chats on YouTube. Oh, dude, I know. See, isn't that funny when we have something that we need to do and we don't want to do it? We will do anything to avoid doing it. I've been there. We've all been there. Now, I think that it's better if you maybe finish watching the live or watch another live and then at some point set your clock and set an alarm and be like, well, now I got to study. At some point you got to study. Yeah, because they're coming. And then you're going to be freaking out. Have you eat fufu before? I don't know what fufu is, sweetie. Your eyebrows remind me of fufu. Okay, how old are you, honey? I don't even know what fufu is, but okay, whatever. Oh, Ashley, cat has passed away a long time ago. It looks like McDonald's eyebrows. Oh, it's poop. Okay. All right. They look like poop. Okay, it's a look. How about that? All right, honey. All right, let's see. So, fan story. Teen boy. This is a teen boy. Asks, is it weird that I cry before big games? No, it's not at all. It means you care. At all. Do you guys cry? When do you cry? Tell me. Tell me, when do you cry? Ashley's asking, do you feel sorry about my cat? Yes, honey, of course. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's, pets are like our kids or like our siblings, right? Oh, how old was your cat, my love? I know when I hear be mean, I want to, okay. All right. Oh, hi, Katniss. Welcome. Okay. Let's see. We are going to, I don't know what this person, okay. We're going to put them on timeout because talking about poop, not very conducive to talking about big feelings. She definitely has strong feelings about poop. Hi from England, Katniss. Ashley says the baby. We go, oh no, just a baby. I'm so sorry. That's so sad. Did you get another cat, sweetheart? Or that was the last cat you had? I'm so sorry, my love. First Gen Dog says, can you please share your past stories? I think I've also living inside me, craving for past curious stories. I don't know what stories you want to know. I have so many stories. You can actually watch Chat with Grace or other podcasts, and I do talk about myself and my stories, and other people share their stories, which is always fun. We all share our stories, and that's what makes this channel a community, right? Let's see. Okay, let's see. All right. Now, let's see. Segment 5. We're going to learn about handling nervousness before tests or games, which one of you was talking about diverting the attention, right, from the test. So nervousness means adrenaline. Adrenaline improves performance when interpreted positively. Stanford research says reframing anxiety as excitement improves outcomes. Oh my God, I do that. Instead of saying I'm nervous, I say I'm excited about something. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. I just do it naturally. So move the adrenaline. And for you that you have the test, see yourself completing the test calmly if you're nervous before the test, and go study. Stop watching lives. Go study. So on your journey to joyful living, which is what this channel is all about, nerves are proof that you care. That's all it is. Let's see, we have some more comments. Rowan says, hi from Okinawa. Oh my goodness, that's so amazing. Okay, Ashley, bye, my love. I hope to see you again. Thank you for being here. So Okinawa, that is so cool. Thank you for joining us. First gen dog, yep, adrenaline rush. Looks like you have master's in medicine. You know what? I just do my research. I don't have a master's in medicine. However, I wanted to be a doctor when I was in high school, but then I decided to go study art history. But anyway, yeah, I love, oh, you have a medicine undergrad. I love that. That is so cool. I've always been fascinated with medicine, always. And after going through cancer, I learned a lot, about the human body. And yeah, cancer is no fun. But anyway, okay, so let's finish this topic. So let's recap what we talked about today. So anger is the protector. It protects you because if you're angry about something disrespecting you or somebody being a threat, you're protecting yourself. Overwhelm, when you're overwhelmed, it's when your nervous system is on overload. When you cry, it means you are releasing biologically. It's a biological release. Nervousness is energy. So big feelings are not the enemy. Avoidance is. And if no adult ever taught you these tools, you're not behind. You're learning now. And that is joy, right? So, guys, share if this episode helped you, share it with a parent or teacher. Comment your favorite tool to manage your big feelings, and subscribe for more emotional superpowers and for more tips on your journey to joyful living. And if you want more of my comedy, my characters, and way more, I'm workshopping a solo show exclusively on YouTube. I have exclusive content for my characters on Patreon, excuse me. And so subscribe to my Patreon. The link is in the bios. And please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And remember, emotional regulation changes families, and families change the world. All right, you guys. Welcome to your journey to joyful living. Thank you for being here. And I will go again live tomorrow and Friday as comedic characters. And again, the next chat with Grace is on Saturday at the usual time, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, and 7 p.m. European time, Central European time. All right, my loves, I love you. Stay joyful, stay happy, stay caring, stay kind, and I will see you on Saturday.